greet people, yeah? We use our hands to write, and we also use our hands to eat, right? To pick up some food and eat and eat it. And sometimes we also use our hands, sometimes when we are sneezing, what do? We sneeze into our hands. And sometimes when we are coughing, how do we cough? We cough in our hands. So, do you know what happens when we are doing all those things? We can now stop coughing. Thank you. Right, thank you for stopping coughing. Right, so no one is coughing right now. Let's close our mouth. If you've got a mouth, close it. And then put your hands down. Nice. Now, boys and girls, when we are doing all those things, there is some little things which get onto our hands called germs. Let's all say germs. Germs. Right, and when we cough like that, when we sneeze, germs get onto our hands. And guess what then happens? Germs are little things that we don't see on our hands, but they are there, they are very tiny. And sometimes when we then eat our food, the little germs on our hands will get onto our sandwiches, and they'll get onto our apples or our grapes, and then we put them in our mouth, and then they chew them, we chew our food, we chew the germs at the same time. Imagine that. And then we swallow them, we swallow the food, it gets into our tummy. But guess what else gets into our tummy? Germs. And our tummies don't like germs, right? So you know what tummies do when germs get into them? They start rumbling. Let's rumble our tummies. Tummies start rumbling like that, right? And they make lots of noise. And when they make that noise, they kind of like say, we don't want these germs, we don't want these germs. And then we start what? Imagine that. It's because we swallowed some germs and our tummies don't like germs, so we vomit them. And sometimes the germs go down our tummies, and then they go down, and then we go to the toilet, and the germs come out. How do they come out? Diarrhea, right? How many of us have ever had diarrhea? I have had diarrhea, and it's nasty. So, boys and girls, this is what we now need to do before we eat. We need to make sure that our hands are clean, right? So, before we eat, we must make sure that our hands are clean. But how else can we make our hands clean? We must stop coughing into our hands, right? I'm going to teach you a new way of coughing today. Let's hold our arm like this. Right. And let's do that. Let's hide our face, our mouth behind our elbow. Now, all right. So, everybody got it, right? That's how we should cough. So, that we are not coughing into our mouth. So, this is called, are you listening? No, let's not smack each other. This is called cough hygiene, right? So, next time you're coughing or your cough comes, just remember, we don't cough into our mouth because we don't want germs to go onto our heads. We cough behind our elbows. So next time you see a friend, a mom, or a dad coughing into their mouth, you say, no, let me show you how to cough, right? The next thing is, because germs can also be on the table, germs can also be on the desk at school. Now, this is what we need to do before we eat. If there is water, let's wash our hands with water before we have our sandwiches at break time and eat it. Or we can use something like this. Has anyone seen something like this? Yes. What is it called? Right. Do we know what sanitize means? To sanitize is to make clean. Alright? So, after using the toilet, we must wash our hands. If there is no water, got the sanitizer here, and then we do that. We also do that at the back of our hand with the sanitizer, all right? And then we can take our sandwich and eat. So, boys and girls, you know now that we know about germs and what they do if we eat them and how we get them, when we go to school tomorrow, we must make sure that we ask our moms and dads to buy what? Right. And we put it in our satchel, right? So that we sanitize our hands before we eat so that we don't eat what? Germs. And when we cough, how do we cough? Right. And when we sneeze, how do we sneeze? Boys and girls, well done. Now, is it under 5?